Hi family, welcome back to Sisis Space and happy Sunday everyone. Today we are making popcorn. So if you've been having it hard to make popcorn at home, or you're always making popcorn and it's always getting burnt, don't worry, just sit with this video and I'm going to rectify it for you. So let's go. First of all, let's get to the measurements. Okay, we are going to be using 3 major cups for our measurements for this popcorn. Now this red one is half cup. Okay, that's going to be the measurement we are going to be using for our popcorn kernel. Now the other one, which is this orange, yeah, is actually 1/4 cup, and that's going to be measurement we are going to be using for our oil. The third one is 1/8 cup, and that's going to be measurement for our sugar. Now for your sugar, you can actually increase or decrease quantity. It just depends on what you want. But for this recipe, this is just the 3 measurements we are going to be using. All right, so let's get to business. The first recipe of popcorn is the regular standard popcorn. So into my pot, I went in with my oil. I allowed it to get hot very well, and then I went in with my popcorn kernel. I gave it a stir, and then I'm just going to cover it up and allow it to pop. So this particular one, we are not adding sugar, we are not adding anything. And once we see that the popcorn kernel is starting to pop, then it's time for us to cover. And after covering, don't just leave the pot on the stove. You have to turn it at interval. You raise it up, you turn it for some few seconds, you return it back onto your stove pot. You take it up again after some few seconds. You just have to keep stirring this and mixing it all together so that it doesn't get burnt. Okay, the moment you leave it to just start popping and you just leave it alone, probability of it getting burnt is actually very high. All right, so let's just watch this as it continues to pop. See, if you need a side hustle that you can actually start with very little money, trust me, see, this popcorn business is something you can actually start. It's very less stressful. I'm in the production line and I know how production business can be stressful, but you see, this particular one is very less stressful, and you don't need so much equipment. You don't need to spend excessively on equipment. You don't even need too much capital to just start. All right, just basic ingredients and you are good to go. So if you are me, or if I am you, and you need a side also, trust me, see, this popcorn business, I give it a very big thumbs up. Okay, so while you keep turning and turning and turning, at a point you see that the way it's actually popping is starting to reduce. And the moment you see that it's no longer popping at all anymore, then you know that your popcorn is ready. And immediately you just have to take it off the fire. And that is just it. Our regular standard popcorn is ready. So you can see it now, no burning, no hazard, nothing. So at this point, you just need to add in your sugar, and you have to add it while it is still hot, okay? Because sugar actually takes a longer time to melt. So just add it immediately. You can add salt if you also want to add salt, or just do anything you want to do and just stir it up, and your standard popcorn is ready, guys. Simple as ABC. So you are just going to let this cool, and then you can pack it into your desired packaging material. And that is it. Our standard popcorn is ready. And now we move on to the second recipe, which is Milky popcorn. So into our pot, we're going with our oil, the same quantity, and this time around we are going to be making use of flavor. So if you want to do yours, once you go to a baking store, ask them for milky flavor for popcorn. There's a way they are going to mix a flavor for you, and it's going to give you that milky flavor. But I don't have that, so I'm just going with what I had, which is a butterscotch flavor. All right, so after the oil got hot, we added in the popcorn, and then we are going to add in our sugar. You know the last one that we did not add sugar, but this one we are adding sugar right from the pot. Adding a little bit of flavor, and then we're going to stir this up for some few seconds. You can see it's already starting to pop, right? So you just have to be fast. Stir for some few seconds, cover it, shake it, allow it to pop, allow it to do its work, and that is just it. And at this point, it appears we are done popping. So we are going to transfer this into our bowl. And you know we are going for milky popcorn. So it's very important that we are going to add milk. Now, as you are pouring your your popcorn into a bowl, with immediate effect, like I said, with immediate effect, add in your milk, okay? Now, when you add in your milk while it is still very hot like this, it's very easy for the popcorn to absorb the milk. That's why you say that sometimes when you buy popcorn, milky popcorn from some popcorn vendors, the milk is going to be separating from the popcorn. See, if you don't want that, as your popcorn is hot like this, pour in your milk. You can see now that there is no milk anywhere inside that bowl. That's because all the milk has been absorbed by the popcorn while the popcorn is hot. Okay, so that is the trick for milky popcorn. All right, and also the milky flavor is going to give it that milky smell. It's going to give it that milky smell. So that's why it's important that you also get the milky flavor for this milky popcorn. So our milky popcorn is ready. No milk evidence anywhere. All the milk is on our popcorn, and that is just it for our milky popcorn. And then we are going to the next, which is going to be our strawberry popcorn. So for this one, we are going to be making use of two major ingredients. This one that is transparent is the flavor, okay? That is the one that gives us the strawberry flavor, while this one is the coloring. So it's a rose red coloring. That's the one that is going to give us the strawberry color, all right? This one is just for coloring. So that is the basically two ingredients we are going to be using extra for our strawberry popcorn, or let's say red popcorn. So to get this base done, I'm going to get myself a little quantity, and this my coloring is not a liquid coloring, okay? So you can actually get yourself a liquid coloring, but this one is not liquid. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the paste to this water, and the thickness I want is going to be dependent on the size or quantity that I put. So this one is not red enough, so that's why I added in more of the coloring so that it can be very, very red. All right, and also I could have actually mixed the flavor plus the coloring. Instead of me using water, I could have just added it together, but I know that I might not end up using all the water. That's the reason why I just put it separately. Okay, so now we are going to head into our pot and we are going to perform our magic. So just like every other recipe, you add in your oil, allow the oil to get hot, add in your sugar, then you have to add in your flavor, and then you also have to add in your coloring. So you have to wait till it is hot before you do this, because the moment you add this, your popcorn needs to start popping so that it will not get burnt. Okay, so that is the basic difference between this one and the previous two popcorn recipes that we did: the coloring and the flavoring. And that is just it. You just keep stirring, and that is just it. At this point, we are done popping. So let us woju obekamuyo. Tara! Look at our strawberry flavored popcorn, and that is just it. Simple as ABC. So We are three down and we have one more to go. And that one more is my absolute favorite because we are going in for caramel popcorn. So for our caramel popcorn, there's no long story for this. Add in your oil, add in your popcorn. We are not adding sugar to this, not at all, because the caramel is going to consist of sugar, all right? So we are not adding sugar, we'll just allow it to pop and then let it just do its work. So at this point, our popcorn is ready. And now we are just going to pour it into our bowl while we go prepare our caramel sauce, which is what we are going to use to sweeten our popcorn. So to make our caramel, we are going to add in some sugar into our pot. You have to make use of a non-stick pot or a stainless steel. This is my own non-stick, is like semi non-stick, but we are going to manage it like that. So you are going to allow this sugar to melt. Okay, I didn't have enough sugar. Okay, so I went in with some brown sugar. I didn't have enough white sugar at home, so I went in with some brown sugar. I allowed it to melt. When it is completely melted, then I went in with margarine. Okay, just a little quantity. And if you have butter, because butter is actually more preferable, it's more delicious than margarine, you can also make use of butter. Then the next ingredient we're going to be using is going to be evaporated milk. Okay, if you don't have evaporated milk, you can also put milk inside water and mix it together. Your evaporated milk, don't do that. So once the margarine is actually melted, you are going to add in the evaporated milk, and that is just it. Just mix, 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 and then your caramel sauce is ready. So that is just it. Once the sauce is ready like this, with immediate effect, we are going to be pouring it into our popcorn. Now, don't make the mistake of making your caramel first before making popcorn, no, because your caramel might actually solidify. All right, so you have to make your popcorn first before making your caramel. So our caramel is ready. We are going to pour this on our popcorn. You can also mix it, you can mix the popcorn inside the pot, but I figured out it would be too clumsy to do that. So that's the reason why I decided to mix it into the bowl. All my caramel did not come out and I was not ready to lose it because even the quantity I had was not enough. So I just had to put some into the bowl, into the pot, and mix it together so that I can get more of the sauce. And that is just it, guys. Our caramel popcorn is ready. I hope you guys learned one or two from this. And then I also decided to go through an extra step. I added in some milk to our popcorn, all right? So it gave us that milky caramel popcorn, which is super delicious. Like I said, it's my favorite of all. And guys, we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video, share it to your friends, save this video, turn on your post notification. Okay, if you're a returning subscriber, please try and subscribe to this channel. That's your only way of supporting me and watching my previous videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so much for coming back here. Thank you so much for your support. We are growing day by day, all just because of you and because you keep coming back to this channel. So I want to say a very, very big thank you. And then I'm going to see you guys same time next week, Sunday, 7 p.m. is when I post. And see ya. Bye.